This phenomenon is how close partners in romantic relationships help sculpt each other towards their ideal selves, the version of themselves they most aspire to become. I realized I wanted a friend, that the most important thing to me was having somebody that I wanted around, that it just wasn't for physical interaction. It was for mental and emotional. What is this effect? It's called the Michelangelo Effect, also known as the Michelangelo phenomenon. This phenomenon is how close partners in romantic relationships help sculpt each other towards their ideal selves, the version of themselves they most aspire to become. This process is rooted in mutual support, affirmation, and empowerment rather than control. The metaphor comes from Michelangelo's view of sculpting. He believed his art was about revealing the masterpiece already hidden within the marble. Similarly, in relationships, each partners help reveal the best, most authentic versions of each other. I think that's beautiful. So people always say, Bruce, how are you single? Why? Why are you single? Because I'm looking for my ideal partner. And my boys that have known me for years are just like, he's looking for that superwoman. I am not. He's looking for the one. I am. I still believe in the one. But the one has evolved over time. The one used to be strictly physical. I wanted the baddest woman that I could get. Then that changed. I realized having the baddest physically appealing woman didn't necessarily make me happy, because I had some bad mamma jammas back in my day. Trust me on that one. Still today, still do. Okay. I realized I wanted a friend, that the most important thing to me was having somebody that I wanted around, that it just wasn't for physical interaction. It was for mental and emotional and spiritual interaction. Then it kind of evolved even further with my natural evolution as a person. It was, I'm trying to be better every day. I want people around me that help me become this version of myself that I envision in my head. This, not perfect, perfect isn't the right word, but perfect for me, version of who I want to be as a person. And I think I do a good job of keeping those around me that help bolster the person that I'm aspiring to be. So without even knowing it, and the reason why I say it could be applied to all relationships, without even knowing it, I've been implementing the Michelangelo effect for the last 10 years. I choose friends based on, how do you make me better? How do you challenge me? How can you make me get to that person that I have in my head that I want to be, that I'm still short on, right? Like, I'm not there yet. I'm getting there. That's my goal. And I need those people around me to help me get to that goal. And in turn, I want to help people get to the ideal version of themselves. This is kind of the reason why I started this show. One of the reasons why I started the show was because oftentimes people either don't want to hear other people's perspectives because it's different than their own, or they don't have time for it, or they just don't care, right? And the whole purpose of the show, because at the heart, I'm a teacher, the whole purpose of the show is to bring in people that you might not necessarily talk to, or might not necessarily know their story, give you their story, give you insights about who they are, what their work is, so that we can all learn, because we can all learn from other people to try and become better ourselves. So that's essentially why I started this show. My hubris seems to make me believe that I have that type of capacity and ability to do that to people. I will say that there are people that contact me to say certain conversations open their eyes and help them. So that fills my cup, right? But I also, with my relationships, romantic or otherwise, want to help people attain that aspiration of who they can be as a person. And so the Michelangelo Effect, it's came across my timeline and social media this week, and I was like, this is dope. I didn't know how to explain how I purposely live my life, but this was the perfect explanation. Partners shape each other towards their ideal self. So the Michelangelo Effect is an interpersonal process where each partner's perceptions and behaviors help the other move closer to their ideal self-defined as they as the collection of traits, skills, and aspirations they most value. The sculpting is achieved through two main mechanisms: partner perceptional affirmation, seeing and believing in your partner's potential and ideal self. And another mechanism is partner behavioral affirmation, acting in ways that encourage and support your partner's pursuit of their goals and aspirations. Okay, I've talked about my bestie on this podcast so much. People even ask her, are y'all going to ever have her on the podcast? I don't know. I guess I never really asked her. And I guess when I talk to her today, I will ask her if she wants to come on the podcast and talk about just our relationship. But my bestie is a prime example of this working in a friendship relationship. We big each other up. That's what, we used to call it back in the day. I don't know what these young people call it, but we big each other up. Like, we are always pointing out, man, you look great. You look like you're in best shape. Man, you're pretty. Man, you're handsome. Man, you're accomplishing your goals. Man, you're a boss. That's what we do all day long. Now, we talk ish about everybody else, but with each other, all we do is give each other positive affirmations. We help each other, we support each other's goals, we support each other's aspirations, and we acknowledge by verbally speaking their accomplishments. And this is what all relationships should kind of be, right? Every person should be out there trying to help sculpt the next person be the best ideal version that they see themselves, not as you see them, as they see themselves. The effect, the Michelangelo effect, is both mutual and collaborative. Both partners act as sculptor and stone, shaping and being shaped by each other. The process is most successful when the ideal self being supported aligns with what the individual genuinely wants, not just what their partner desires. So, once again, it's not about what I want for other people. I mean, truly, I want other people to think, be in thought, be enlightened, think, read. But that might not be the version that they want for themselves. Now, if the version that they want for themselves doesn't align with who I am as a person, then obviously I don't need to have a relationship with them. But we're talking about people that you want to have a relationship with. You can't project what you want for them. You must accept who they are as a person and help them be the best person that they can be, that they want to be, not what you want them to be. Collaboration and mutual empowerment are central for the Michelangelo effect. It's not about imposing change, but nurturing growth that feels authentic to each other. So we're not talking about those people out there trying to force you to do certain things. Like I said, I wish everybody would read and think and be in thought and be open-minded. Not everybody is like that. I've learned, hey, I don't have to associate with those people. Like, I don't have to have a relationship with those people. And that's anybody in my life, right? It could be a loved one. It could be a friend that I've had for decades. It could be a friend that I just had for a few days. If our situations don't align, then I'm going to back away. But if our situations do, I'm not going to impose what I believe you should be. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to ask you about your aspirations, and I'm going to support them as long as they're not stupid. Some of my friends got some stupid ideas, but But let's continue on. The Michelangelo effect enhances relationship satisfaction. Research shows that couples who affirm each other's ideal selves experience greater relationship satisfaction, trust, and commitment. This effect is linked to higher marital satisfaction and is often observed in couples who report the healthiest, happiest relationships. I mean, this kind of seems kind of self evident, right? Like if you support, and I'm specifically talking to romantic relationships, but like I said, I believe this applies to all relationships. If you support people and that person supports you, yeah, that's a healthy relationship. That's, yes, these people should be the happiest and healthiest. They're communicating, they're supporting one another, they're giving each other positive affirmations. This, it's, see, people say relationships are difficult. They don't have to be. They don't have to be difficult. They could be pretty simple. You can make them difficult, but it's just listen to what the person wants. Either it jives with what you want or it doesn't. If it does, help nurture their ideal selves. I don't know. This just seems pretty explanatory to me. It's pretty self-explanatory to me. Seems pretty obvious.
Join the conversation and follow the Unsolicited Perspectives podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio podcasts.